Right, YouTube, it's Shadow King Nelson, and I'm here with my rant on the Marvel Animated Universe. So, how can we talk? What's the best way to start this off? Well, let's talk about a show called Spectacular Spider-Man. Now, Spectacular Spider-Man was a show that was based off said character, Spider-Man. And it was done by Greg Weisman and Victor Cook, the same people who brought us the Batman and Gargoyles and Young Justice, which actually came after Spectacular Spider-Man, but that's beside the point. And it was a highly praised show, arguably the best Spider-Man show. Though there are some people who still like Spider-Man, the '90s Spider-Man animated series more, but that's to your own choice. It lasted about 2 seasons. It was planned to get a third. Unfortunately, by the time this was going to be brought about, Disney had already bought Marvel for reasons. And because of this, there were some copyright issues between Spectacular Spider-Man, which was owned by Sony, and Disney. So, Spectacular Spider-Man had to get the axe. And what took its place instead? Ultimate Spider-Man. Now, Ultimate Spider-Man was going to be done solely by Marvel, and but when we were hearing about this, we had some high hopes because it was being done by Paul Dini. Paul Dini, the guy who brought us the DC animated universe with Superman, Batman, Justice League, and so many more things. This was a well-accomplished writer. He's the guy who wrote 2 of the Batman Arkham games, the Tiny Toons. This guy is a legend. But when we saw the trailer, and we started to get a little concerned with Drake Bell's overly nasally voice. Now, granted, we've seen him do better as Spider-Man in Avengers Earth minus Heroes, which I'm going to get into that later. But we were getting a little concerned with some of the things that they were doing. And then we got to the actual show, and oh boy, the show. So, as I've explained in my Ultimate Spider-Man rant, I did not like it because of how they neglected some of Spider-Man's stories about his personal relationships and struggles into being a responsible adult while complimenting his superhero antics, which was being sacrificed for the whole superhero element and just negating the whole personal element, which was the most relatable part about Spider-Man. And on top of that, they had juvenile slapstick and constant exploitation of the Marvel Cinematic Universe with the whole Avengers and trying to make members of the Avengers look better than Spider-Man, which is the exact same thing Marvel is doing even in the comics, especially with Iron Man, because they're trying to make him their patron character. And oh no, this could not have stopped with just Ultimate Spider-Man, which surprisingly, with all its bad ratings and virtually everybody despising it, it got a 3rd season and will probably most likely get a 4th. God knows why. But back to what I was saying, this didn't just stop with Spider-Man. We had to get into the Avengers. Now, like I said, we had Avengers Earth minus Heroes, which was one of the greatest superhero shows of all time, done by Christopher Yost and a lot of great writers. And this was said to be the equivalent of the Justice League show, getting all these Marvel characters exposure, but not oversaturating it, and getting us interested in the characters, which was great. But nope. Good old Jeff Loeb and Joe Quesada said, yeah, sure, the Avengers Earth minus Heroes is doing great in ratings, but we want money. Now, how's the best way we can make money off the Avengers? Oh, I know. let's cancel Avengers Earth, Heroes, one of our greatest shows of all time, and instead replace it with another Avengers series, and that's going to be more like the Marvel Cinematic Universe Avengers, even though it'll be barely loosely connected to that. And wait, what if the fans get upset about us canceling the Avengers Earth, Heroes? Oh, don't worry, we'll just say that this new Avengers series is a continuation of Avengers Earth, Heroes. Guess what? It's not. It's not even close. No, Jeff Lowe would like you to believe that it's a continuation of Avengers Earth, Heroes. Even had one episode with the animation from Avengers Earth, Heroes, but trust me, it is not even related. So, what's Avengers Assemble like? So basically, it has all the main cast of the Avengers movie with the addition of Falcon. And they try to make Falcon much like Agent J from Men in Black, the whole newbie but relatable character. And I barely give a shit about that. And they did have some good actors like Fred Tatasciore, Laura Bailey, Travis Willingham, Troy Baker. But if there was if there were 3 words to describe Avengers Assemble, it's irritating and rushed. You see these characters, especially during the early parts of season 1, constantly bickering with one another, always downright getting antagonistic, and you gotta ask yourself, just how do these people end up being on the team together? If they're not interested in working together, then why should I be interested in them? And rushed. There's so many things coming together. You had in the pilot, you had the Red Skull, who last time we saw him was, I believe he was dead or was severely injured by by his own plans, and suddenly he's taking on Captain America, and apparently the Avengers aren't helping him at the time because apparently they had separated. So we already got a continuity problem since the last time we saw the Avengers, they just fought Galactus. And yeah, that's a big problem. And they were still a united group for the most part. And we don't see Ms. Marvel, who was a key part in the Avengers group, especially in season 2. So this is already pretty much a bullshit notice on Jeff Lowe's part that he had lied to us, that this was not connected to Avengers Earth, Heroes. And let's see, then we had Red Skull trying to capture Captain America to switch his body because he felt he was dying. Then we've started with him forming the Cabal to fight the Avengers. And that whole searching for the Cosmic Cube, or the Tesseract as they call it in the show and in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. And then by the end of it, they had rushed into Thanos, who was apparently Red Skull was working with, and they just did that in the last minute. So this whole time, Red Skull was subservient to Thanos. Not sure when they met. Not sure why he's working for him. But okay, fine. I thought this would be explained by season 2. Beginning of season 2. Red Skull is running away from Thanos because he had stolen the Infinity Gems from him. And now Thanos was pursuing him and pursuing the rest of the Infinity Gems. Congratulations, Jeff Love and Joe Quesada. You threw away a good show for this mess. This rushed, asinine mess. And now we can talk in the Agent S.M.A.S.H. Now, before I get going about this, this Marvel animated universe was supposed to be connected. That was supposed to be another reason why they canceled Avengers Earth Zero, because they wanted it connected to Ultimate Spider-Man. So here's the question about this. If this is supposed to be connected, all connected, why is Hulk on the Avengers when apparently in another show he's with his Agents of S.M.A.S.H team? And oh boy, the things they did in Hulk and Agents of S.M.A.S.H, they've ruined Star's story about him being the cast off son of Hulk and Kara, I believe her name was, and his quest for revenge, but ultimately learned that Hulk didn't mean to cast him aside. It was just a myth. He was just a victim of circumstances, and he ultimately forgave his father. But no, Hulk's not even his father. At best, he's just an adoptive father figure. They had the Red Hulk in there. They rushed that in. They don't even have Betty, which was part of the reason why Jenna Ross became the Red Hulk. We don't even have the Red She-Hulk. They had Jennifer, and they had Rick Jones as A-Bomb, who is extremely annoying. So much so that Jar Jar Binks will seem appealing in comparison. I'm not taking that back. Jar Jar Binks is a far more appealing character than their version of A-Bomb. I had a lot more to talk about this Marvel animated connected universe, but I'm surely running out of time. But all I can say is that I do not like the Marvel animated universe. We were much better off with shows like Spectacular Spider-Man and Avengers Earth Heroes. And as much as I love the idea that we could get a season 3 of Spectacular Spider-Man and Avengers Earth Heroes, and get some of the other good shows like Wolverine and the X-Men, but that's just a pipe dream at best. This is incredibly depressing. I just can't do this. I'm sorry, guys. I'll catch you guys later. This is way too depressing.